Now, if there's one term that I think we've all heard, it's CSAT, right? That's basically the one metric that is used time and time again. Now, CSAT is a bit skewed where it's basically customer satisfaction. Now, we at Support Logic truly believe that it's obsolete in a way and that there are better ways to go about this. So, our answers here. So, this is effectively, I'd asked AI again, what are the chances that you actually get a credible CSAT score? Now, why is this important? This is important because one is that typically these forms are only sent by the engineers when it's a good case, right? When it's a bad case, they never even send the form because they don't want a DSAT coming in. So that's already half or a large skew gone away. Then once they actually send in the form, Gartner estimates that only 20% of those forms actually come back with responses. So we've already skewed and now we've 1/5 that again, right? And then third is what we at Support Logic like to call resolution bias, which basically means that there could be a case that came in, it was 100 comments long, it took, let's say, a month to solve, but ultimately it was solved, they were happy, so they've just marked it 5 out of 5. So you think, wow, that was great, but it in no way goes into how painstakingly long that case was and the effort actually that the customer had to expend to get it solved. So that's where CSAT is entirely flawed, and we move to CES and a few others. So, like I was saying, the answer there is that instead of relying on one metric as the organization's core, like it could be NPS that you follow, it could be a CSAT, we say don't do that. Instead, we give you a bunch of options, all ML based. So the first is our auto QA scores, right? The next is CES scores, which is a predictive CES that we calculate internally based on a multitude of data points that we have. And the last is zero tolerance policies, which is basically we have a few ML models in place that look and scan for each case. And these are really big red flags. So chances are you won't really see anything. So if there's profanity on the case, a customer is not being responded to, they've shared sensitive information, those kinds of things, right? So all of these combined give you a holistic picture. And so there's no need to just say, okay, you know what, my QA score is 90. I'm great. We're good to go. Let's just move on. No, it could be that your QA score is 90, but your CES is 60, right? And you still see a lot of tickets that are not being replied to. So all of this comes together, and that's where you can actually give your organization time and say that this is what, or this is how one should go about it when you have AI metrics available, right? This is a glimpse into what our predictive CES model looks at. So these are a bunch of factors that we take in. Again, this is all done internally, and you just get an output and see what the score is.